Buyer Sellers, as his name suggests, was from his first day here in Second Life interested in the money movers in this virtual world. As Professor of Business at the Johnson Graduate School of Management at Cornell University in real life, he goes by the name Robert Bloomfield. Bias has gone from being a female newbie wandering around casinos and sex clubs looking for serious movers and shakers in the Second Life economic world to being the mover and shaker in commentating and in the study of Second Life and other virtual world economics. Welcome to the show, Buyers.
Thanks for having me, Paisley. I can't believe you led with the fact that I was once a girl.
Only for a short time, so I hear. Was it a very successful, manifestation on your part, so I hear?
Yeah, well, when I came into Second Life, my goal was to try to interview people, talk to them about their businesses, realtors and all that. No one would talk to me. I finally figured out that there was a way to get people to talk to me, and that was to be hot. So it actually worked very well. People started giving me note cards. A lot of it was to teach me to do stuff I wasn't necessarily interested in. But anyway, it sort of one thing led to another, and when I finally knew enough people, I came out, revealed who I was, and the rest is history.
There's a lot of chat going on, Buyers, as there is in your show at Metanomics about how gorgeous you're looking today. You've had a makeover done. You're not in a suit.
I normally wear a suit for my show, and I take grief for that because I own 2 suits and still don't really get around to changing them. And so some people said I needed to dress differently. Bevan Whitfield, who is out in the audience now, hi Bevan, took me shopping the other day, and I got a suit. I got a suit, and I got this, which is pretty much, I figured this was kind of the Ivy League weekend academic thing. So. You're
kidding me. So you have in your wardrobe 3 suits and 1 casual outfit. That's it.
Oh, well, and my ball gown. I still have all that stuff. So someday, I'll do a Metanomics show with in my ball gown.
How much have you got in your inventory, Buyers?
Actually, I am not a great Second Life user in the sense that my inventory is totally messed up. I never organize it. I never really keep track of it. So I think there's a lot of stuff.
Typical sort of absent-minded professor type then.
Yeah, well, not great for an accounting professor, but they say people who can't do teach. So I'm a lousy accountant, which is why I do what I do now.
Well, I'm a regular watcher of Metanomics. I don't understand a lot of it, I have to say, but I find it fascinating. So you'll have to excuse me if I ask you some somewhat basic questions.
Right.
Would it be correct to say that Metanomics is really the study of economics in the metaverse?
Yeah, I came up with the term trying to capture exactly that, and so I think of the show, and a lot of times we'll use the subtitle "Business and Policy in the Metaverse."
Oh. Recently, you had to defend yourself in the Washington Post when a journalist referred to Metanomics as a pretend TV show. How do you defend yourself in situations like that?
Well, yes, actually, it was in the Wall Street Journal, and
Wall Street Journal, yes.
That's okay. At least I'm being, insulted by the best and the most prestigious. But it was really pretty funny because here I spend, I don't know, probably an hour and a half talking with this reporter about the details of the economy and of the regulators and why the Federal Reserve Bank was on a Metanomics panel, trying to figure out what's going on. And then they quote me saying, there's not a whole lot fake about this economy. And then the next, they have a spacer sentence, and then the next thing they say is, in Second Life, Buyers is the host of a pretend show. I actually, I ended up writing a letter back to them, and I basically said, look, my my guests seem pretty real. And if you look at the Metanomics.net website, you see we have lots of CEOs and, very interesting people. The audience is real. We've got, I think, nearly 600 people now in the Metanomics group. And finally, and this is what the Wall Street Journal cares about, our sponsors seem real. And, we're talking about, not just the tech firms like Sun and Cisco, but we also have a bank. We've got a real Saxo Bank, Kelly Services, Generali Group, and so on. So, they published my letter, I'm glad to say.
And you're getting a bonus now for mentioning all those sponsors on my show.
That's right. Did I mention everyone should join?
No, you don't. I've got enough competition for you as it is from you. So if you could interview somebody on your show, who would it be? If you could wave a magic wand and interview anybody you'd like on Metanomics, who would it be?
Oh, geez. I'm coming up with a really big list, and I definitely, well, we already have on the slate sort of the CEOs of all of the different virtual worlds out there. So we'll be talking with Corey Bridges from Multiverse. We're going to be, we've just got a bunch of people.
I want to ask you about who you want on the show that you can't get.
Oh, well, that's easy. That's easy.
Who's that?
I want Hillary and Obama, or if I can't do that in time, it'll be one of those two and John McCain. But no, seriously.
And will you be talking to them about virtual economics?
Well, at this point, the show really is applying, it really is pretty self-referential in the sense that just about every show is, oh, isn't it neat what people are doing in the metaverse, and let's talk about that. But there's also an element of this, which is this is a great way to do a show, and it doesn't have to be about the virtual worlds we're using to do the show. I would love to have just sort of, authors talking about. So I'm still an academic, so it's not going to be women who hate men who hate women who whatever, But there are a lot of really interesting books out there, and if you watch regular television, you rarely get a thoughtful hour-long interview with someone who's an author, and so I would. I think I'm going to try to see if I can pull that off.
How long do you think it's going to take by us till the who's who in the business world and or the commentators out there are going to take virtual worlds seriously? The point that you don't have to explain when you're sitting next to someone on the plane what you do and the eyes roll up in the back of their head.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a while. I could see 2008 being sort of a breakout year in that sense, that it would only take a few big events. Well, I saw, by the way, there was Tuna Oddfellow and Shava Sunsu had their wedding covered in Business Week. They just showed me this today. So when we get enough of this type of mainstream press, and if I can get some big guests who talking about things that are not strictly virtual worlds, that can get in the paper, and then you don't have the snarky pretend TV show host stuff showing up in the Wall Street Journal. That
really gets your goat, doesn't it, Bob?
Yeah, I give them credit for trying to do a nice job on the banking ban, which is a very complicated issue that they know, really nothing about. The fact that they think that there's a clear distinction between real and not real, we all have struggled with that.
Look, it's been a great pleasure. It's been a great pleasure. It's been a great pleasure having you on the show, Byers. I wish Metanomics all the best. I'm a big supporter of it. And I hope that, Hillary and Obama, do get to your show before one of them wins.
Well, maybe you can sweet talk them into it. Thank you.
I don't think I've got that much pull. Thank you, Byers.
Thank you, Paisley.